got so mad at me.
Well,
Okay,
don't let it.
there you go. Drop your titties or whatever.
Well,
Okay,
don't let it.
there you go.
Big titty house, big titty house.
Mm, 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 mm.
How big are they? Oh,
Titty house.
no, that's good to know. Okay, let's get the scoreboard. I never bookmark the scoreboard. I always have to manually look it up. That's probably that's like a note for me. Creating a scoreboard with rounds! Hello and welcome to another edition of We Are Live on Twitch. The Retro Gaming Challenge is brought to you by the Fennec Foxes podcast, a subsidiary of the Morton Salt Company, now expanding into pepper-based products.
Big titty house.
We're very progressive. It is 2023, and we wanted to put a little bit of black in our white.
Big titty house.
Today we'll be playing Puzzles The Revenge. A rather puzzling conundrum. How's everyone doing today?
Big titty house.
Ready to win.
Ready to win. Okay, great. All right, fantastic. Al, are you commentating or playing today?
Commentating, I'm guessing.
Good talk. Okay, well, he's not here, so
Al
he's
has
commentating.
died?
Okay, cool. So let's see here. Akron Alex, did you guys want to play today?
I will be observing.
Okay. Alex, you want to play puzzles or not? He'll also be commentating, I guess. All right, so I've got Tim. I've got Walker, Chofer, and Tori. Do you want to play?
Alberto.
Okay, I'll take that as yes. I speak Tori with food in mouth, so very
It wasn't food.
drink.
You know what? Hands up, Tim. As we say, hands up.
Hands up.
Hands up, don't shoot.
This week brought to you by our friends at Timothy.com, who had selected these puzzles based upon a very specific criteria. That they were games, they were puzzle games, they were Tetris-like, not Tetris, that people probably never played, but might have played.
But not real people?
But not real people, no. Only fake people. But, good news, you will be playing our first game in an effort to get as far as possible. Very simple. And, for the first time ever, we are not the retro video gaming challenge of classics. We are playing Claxics. Yes, Claxics. Please go ahead and load up Clax and share your screens. We will be playing a little bit of Clax. Clax is a game about stacking and placing items. Completing a line of 3 is called a Clax. I don't know what a Clax is, but this game is very, very sure that it's the 90s and it's time for Clax. You can use the base continues provided, okay? You're going to try and get the highest wave possible. So, if you do fail, you can just keep going up. The way that you fail is by dropping too many pieces. Too many pieces hit the floor, then you will have to use a continue or be sent back. We'll be starting on the default first wave. So no selecting higher waves for bonus points. That means every time you start, you will be on wave 1. It is the 90s, and there is time for clacks. Don't know what this has to do with, like, a hand giving a high five. Nobody's sure, in fact. But keep in mind, it does count how many waves you have completed. Take another minute or so to get used to clacks. I believe clacks only has one button. You can hold down to make the pieces come to you a little bit faster. And I believe that the plunger thing can hold up to 5 pieces at once and always throws down the top piece whenever you place it. To clear to a different level, you have to complete claxes. I don't know how they tried to turn clacks into a noun, I guess.
Grammar doesn't count for much nowadays.
Much like the 90s, yes. Alright,
Okay.
once you've got your controls down, let's go ahead and go back to the beginning. Notice this is from the company Tengen, which essentially just made bootleg-ass games of other games from other systems. They were those golden cartridges for the Nintendo, or the ones that were black with gold writing, weird-shaped. That weird shape bypassed the chip in Nintendos that said you can only have Nintendo-approved games in them. Not shady at all.
Mm-hmm.
Also, where we got Super Noah's Ark.
Super Noah's Ark.
Yes, because it was on the Super Nintendo.
Oh, I thought it was just because it was a lot like Noah's Ark, but just bigger.
Yeah, that's a good look. All right, let's head back to the beginning. Make sure we don't alter our continues or anything. We are just playing with 3. We're playing on all normal default settings. Go ahead and go to the screen where you select what wave you will start on. I don't believe there's a timer for that. So once you are on that, it will be the 90s, and it will be time for clacks, and we will have 20 minutes to see how far we can get. Does everyone understand the rules of clacks?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. All right, let's get to claxing. Wait, hold on. I lied. Just pause it if you got in. Jory, you can go ahead and go into there where you select a wave. There you go, and let's clax. Go, 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 go.
Not a drill.
This is a full-on claxer. Like to speculate while we're playing as to what a clax means. If you would, what is your theory, Al?
Well, I mean, I think the obvious. It's something that we all learned about freshman year in college during the orientation from the health center. It's something you just
Oh.
don't want.
I
It's
thought you were
something
going
you
to talk
just don't
about
want.
how everyone has that one homosexual experience when they're a freshman, but yeah, yours makes a lot more sense and is a lot less revealing about my time in college.
Hmm.
I always thought that a clax was made up by the proletariat to make stacking things seem like it was fulfilling and rewarding.
You say that as though it's not.
Ooh, right you are. I guess labor is its own reward and it will set you free, huh?
For the glory, for the glory of the state.
Looks like we've got everyone on wave 2. Looking at Tim, this was his pick for the week. He's got a lot of things stacked on his clacks. I don't know what his overall plan is.
I don't know either, but I will say that aside from Ace, Gur seems to be doing some pretty impressive things I didn't even necessarily expect could be done there. Seems to be no limit to the amount of different shapes or groups that he can connect, and he's being quite successful there. I'm really enjoying his approach.
You know, I agree. It's very interesting that everyone is taking a bit of a different approach. Some being more measured in their time, others moving very quickly. Keep in mind that all you have to do to satisfy is to complete the number of claxes at the bottom. It does not actually matter yeah, how messy your board is, as long as those claxes get completed. So there is somewhat of a speedrunning strat associated with the game. Another factor that people don't take into account is at the very bottom there are 5 green and black dots. Those denote where your piece is. Picking up things if you're having trouble with spatial recognition, as I often do on these type of games. It's like everyone is on wave 3. So far, so good. When we get into some failures, that's when we're going to start seeing these continues come into play, and we're going to separate the winners from the losers, I guess. I don't know, the claxes from the non-claxes.
Yep. No, I think I saw an episode of Star Trek like that once. I will say that while point scoring is not something we often pay attention to, because quite frankly, most of the time our challenges are goal oriented, not point oriented. I do want to take a moment to give a shout out to Rexari, who is absolutely just decimating the competition. I can speak English. Decimating the competition in points. I mean, just absolutely destroying everyone
Yes,
with her score.
Ace is ahead of her, but he's a full level ahead. Her scoring.
No one can tell he keeps his game at minimum range. There's no way to see what his score is. I think he's got a 4.
Might have a 4. But as far as score is concerned, very interesting that you point that out. I'm not sure how you score extra points on Clax. I assume it has, maybe you do a klaxon. You know, that thing that goes off in movies. Also, I've noticed there are both blue and baby blue colored blocks, which seems like terrorism, if I'm being honest.
Only for the colorblind. I will say I've enjoyed some of the choices being made here with how the distribution of these boxes is starting to develop. Some of these choices are quite interesting, and it's really starting to develop as far as what we come to expect from these incredible gamers.
Indeed, you were right. Gurr, in fact, is colorblind and down to his last continue, so we'll see how that pans out. Topher down to 1 continue. He keeps a 5,000 point klaxon, which is what I'm calling it. So does Tori. I don't know what the fuck those are, but good for them. Those baby blue bastards coming in to cause some problems. Let's take a look at the zoomed in Tim screen. Maybe we can see a little bit of what's going on. He's on his last continue as well on wave 3. I don't believe anyone has successfully passed. Oh, no, Gurr is on wave 4. Currently our leader. Although Tori, over here,
Yep.
with 54,000 fucking points, like a goddamn beast animal, she's way ahead of everybody else.
Indeed, she is. You know, it is not surprising at all. Spatial awareness being something that I can say from personal experience, she is incredibly good at with many of the games that I've been fortunate enough to game with her on. Gurr, not really quite sure exactly what his strategy is, but he is being quite successful. He's moving through the waves, and it's just like you said earlier, could be a speed running strat might be the better option in this particular case.
It could be. I've seen that the scoring, though, it looks like Topher's doing a quick restart here. Looks like the scoring switched to a points-based to clear levels, which is telling me that we are in for a bit of a different grind once we reach waves 3 and 4. Let's see how it pans out, but very hopeful for these points.
Ooh, The tension is starting to build, and it does look like it is getting harder and harder for many of our contestants to manage the onslaught of, shall we call them boxes? Are they? Do they? I'm not
Oh,
quite sure
that's a
exactly
great
what
point.
they
I
are.
think I'm going to call them Claxes, because I just do not know. Tori using our last continue. She still is on wave 4 and ahead. Her score was higher than Gur's at this point, meaning she'd cleared more of the achievements. Is our current points leader. Let's check in with Tim. Tim has restarted. Tori's still grinding away on this last continue. We are coming up on the 12-minute mark. 8 minutes have passed in the game.
Wow. Wow. Maybe it's just because it's so exciting, but it feels infinitely longer.
Just think of it like a job at a factory where you have a conveyor belt of boxes that you have to stack, or your family will starve.
Ooh, nice 1-2 punch there. Rexari definitely coming in with making sure that she not only capitalized on the mix of boxes that she had, but ensuring she got multiple Klaxi?
Klaxi seems
Klaxes?
more reasonable than others.
Um, possibly. And by making sure that one Klax took care of creating the necessary grouping for a second set. I didn't even realize that was possible.
I also did not believe that that was a possibility, as she goes to wave 5.
You know, that
Gentlemen.
right there was a bold move. She knew she had it. She had it in the bag. She did not rush over to catch the box that was approaching the line. She ignored it completely. And even though it would have been, just fallen straight through the hole, she ignored it completely and instead took the win, got past the wave, into wave 5. I don't think we've seen a competitor up this high yet.
We definitely have not, and it's proving that earlier we were talking about speedrunning strats. Slow and steady calculated play seems to be the winner of the day.
Indeed. Wave 5 really starting to speed things up, trying to move our competitors along. As you mentioned, slow and steady is going to be what wins this race, and making sure that you are taking the time to really understand this stacking strategy is really, I think, going to be a great benefit.
Indeed, we do have Tim here going into, looks like wave 5 as well. His score much less currently. So Tori definitely, or Rixari still definitely in the lead as we're proceeding.
Indeed, and while these competitors battle forward with trying to get to the highest wave, I would like to take a moment to talk about now. I cannot, in good conscience, not mention that this is not confirmed. Somewhat anecdotal, sure, but legend has it that in the mid 90s, this game was used as training for associates that worked at Blockbuster for many years before you would be allowed to work the job at the prestigious shoe store. You would have to understand the stacking of boxes, and this was the best training they had available.
That's wave 5.
At the time.
Welcome to wave 5, sir. Tim also on wave 5. Both of their scores still far less than the 88,000 that Rixari has put up. Recall, you can go ahead and make another attempt if you would want for another run at it. There are still 8 minutes left on the clock. 88,000 wave 5 is the score to beat. 2 continues left for Gurr.
The pressure does seem to be mounting both for him and for Ace, who are both starting to now be challenged by the increase in speed that the game has taken. There are a lot more decisions to make, a lot faster you have to make them. We just saw the penalties that occur when you can't make the decisions quite fast enough. Ace just allowed a box to slip past his grasp, definitely hurting him, and it looks like it's happened again. Oh no, I should probably stop pointing it out. He's more than likely just getting more nervous.
He is at 83,000 currently. 88,000 is the score to beat.
I gotta be honest, I'll have to take your word for it. Even when I click on the image and take a look as close as I can, it still says, for me, 03015.
I have been told that, he hits 93,000 crossing over into the leading spot. I've heard that he will fix the problem with his video when he fixes his middle fucking mouse button. So that's probably just around the corner.
Yep. No, I can definitely appreciate that. No need to change that when it's way more important to get a landmark keyboard. So, when it comes to the rest of the contestants, how far behind do you think they are? And with the amount of time available, do we really believe that this is even still a competition worth fighting for?
96,000 is the current total highest score. Walker still has a chance to catch up to that. We still have 6 minutes left, enough time for another run. Topher getting his bearings is definitely a game that does not appeal to the younger mind, as it is basically an Amazon warehouse worker in the 90s. I must say, it would be embarrassing if Ace did not win this, since he literally picked this game. So I'm rooting for him to lose, as is tradition.
As is tradition. And as we know, we do not mess with tradition.
Indeed. Walker down to his last continue. He has to hit 96,000 in order to make that difference in points, or 88 to take second place, as it were. But he is very much on his way to doing so. He just has to complete a couple more lines. Singular lines in this being 96,000 he is at. He is on his way.
You know, you just have to enjoy the strategery here. I mean, it is impressive.
It is very impressive. Not a lot of people using the speed down tactic to stack up their claxes faster.
Yeah, there also doesn't seem to be as much of a awareness of using the diagonal option when it comes to creating these clocks. You know, it's a technique that seems to be working quite well for at least one of our contestants, who's definitely utilizing everything at her disposal to attempt to take this competition. Non-linear thinking is definitely helping her quite a bit. I just don't know if the other competitors can keep up.
Indeed. We'll show enough time to get that far, though. As we have Walker hitting 97, bringing himself into second place behind him at 98.
I thought Tim had 96.
He did. Putting himself in first above Tim at 96 and giving Walker a mild heart attack. Tori currently in third, but she has a strong run going here for her. Wave 3, one continue remaining. Already at 36,000 points. Just under 3 minutes remaining on the clock.
Now, 3 minutes might not seem like that long a time, but trust me when I tell you, when it comes to the game of Clax, it is a fucking lifetime. Plenty of time to start again, plenty of time to keep going.
Right, you are. Ooh, 10,000 cool
Ooh.
points.
I
Scored
mean,
for Xari.
just taking charge of that situation. You know, what's really impressive is to get that kind of a score bonus so early in the levels that going into wave 4, she still has not only a fairly decent speed on the boxes as they fall, but just a commanding lead as far as score pacing is concerned.
And I'm glad you mentioned score pacing, because if you can score those points a little bit earlier in the round, then you can really do yourself a favor.
Oh, wow.
1 minute remains. We'll allow everyone to finish their current life, but not continue.
Another beautiful score combination that has yet again just catapulted Rexari as far as both scoring and obviously strategic thinking when it comes to the comparison between her and the other competitors in this game.
Indeed, she's now
Oh,
at
and
104,000, easily taking the lead, reclaiming her first place spot, pushing Tim into third. 20 seconds remaining. This will likely be the last drop plays for our competitors. Remember, you can continue on your current wave, but you cannot hit the continue button any longer after this. So that is the last of the lives. So keep playing with what you have. Looks like our only active players are Ace and Rexari. Ace having a bit of trouble stacking that Clax a little too high.
67.
67, that brings him to second place with his 96, behind Walker at 97 and Tori at 105. And I think we should just allow Tori to finish out her life here. She's on one of those runs where it's just incredibly impressive. $110,000 now. What a blowout this has been.
wow.
Oh,
Just
well, very much congratulations are in order there, most certainly. Let's go ahead and put that score on the board. All right, add scores. Here we go. So we've got Tim with 3 points, Topher with 2, Walker with 4, and Tori with that whopping 5 juicy points.
well done, well earned, well played.
Apparently I shorted Walker a point. I don't know how that happened, but he probably deserved it.
What?
Well, I'm just kidding, buddy. I just forgot to give you a point. I give it back to you. Don't worry. Calm down. Calm down. It's okay. We're going to be okay. Okay, buddy?
I'm having an asthma attack!
Don't have an asthma attack. You're going to be okay.
No one's sure if he's more upset of the fact that he was losing or that you said you shorted him a point. But either way, let's see what's up next. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take this opportunity as well to thank our sponsors. Morton Salt Company, still doing it big.
Right, you are. And keep in mind, we also did add pepper to our repertoire. So that we are a little bit more diverse.
Okay.
It's Black History Month, and we wanted to make sure we took advantage of that marketing opportunity. If we can pander to the homosexuals, we can pander to the blacks. Here at Morton Salt Company, please don't fucking sue me, Morton Salt. I'm so sorry. I love your product. Now, you know what?
Whoa,
I
is that the name of? Is that actually the name of the salt?
Yeah, it is. Anyway, now I think we need a little bit of dessert. I think dessert is in order now that we've claxed. So, anyone heard of this bad boy? Let's give Yoshi a cookie.
Remember to join us next week when Diamond Salt Company will be taking.
Blood Diamond Salt Company, more like.
Oh,
It's not.
Just ready to get banned from Twitch, yeah?
I mean, I've been due for a ban for quite some time. Don't worry, the VODs do not remain up. No one will know this existed except for the 2 people that watch it, which is us. Yoshi's Cookie is a game for the SNES that allows you to grab any column/row and rotate it vertically or horizontally. This is very important because it is confusing as shit. Everything remains the same. Round 1, base speed. Here's what's important, okay? It is not a game where you have to make 2 in a row, 3 in a row, 4 in a row, anything like that. The game is actually make all of a column or row the same cookie. So it can be as small as 2. All you do is hold the button on the piece you want to move, and then you can rotate the entire column. I want to give you a little extra time to get your controls down here, as it is a little weird. Notice that Gerd, see, you had to make the whole row. You see what I'm saying? You can, there is another button, I believe, on the controller that allows things to come faster from the sides as well. Yoshi's head acts as a wild card, so it can fill out any row. This is a game that will allow you to continue where you left off, and we will be going for the highest round and stage. Highest round and stage. Once everyone is comfortable with how to score in Yoshi's Cookie, let me know.
Yeah.
Remember, rows or columns, but they must all be the same cookie.
Can you just keep saying cookie over? I like when you say it.
Cookie.
That's fucking. Alright.
It is weird, hence why we're playing it. Also, Mario seems to have some sort of plunger instead of a lever. That's what I think. Rixari, is how to complete them making sense to you?
I got it just at the end. Hold,
please,
please, a second.
please,
Let me
yes.
see this.
I will tell you, I had to look up how to complete it because I couldn't figure it out just by eyeballing.
I didn't realize you hold the button.
I gotcha. Okay, yeah. You have a lot of freedom of movement. The weird thing is that it has to be all the same to complete. Perfect. There you go.
Okay, yeah, I can do that.
All right, let's head back to the screen where we select our round, speed, and everything.
Okay, start select doesn't work on this game.
Well, no. You would just go ahead and fail real quick. You can do that if you'd like. It'll take you back, or that works as well. I will allow a choice of music if you'd prefer a different music type while we're waiting.
Yeah, off is pretty good.
Off is a music choice that you can make if you're a monster. Remember, continuing is allowed. Progress is the name of the game. We are playing the action mode, so you can go ahead and go into that one, Tori, where it lets you select the... And I'm getting my timer ready now. We'll have 20 minutes on the clock. And Ookie Cookie, let's do it. Go, 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 go. All right, this first one, kind of a gimme. Everyone completing it very quickly. Game is big on making you feel real good about yourself, and then slowly bringing things in from the sides and the top to F you over. Keep in mind you can hold the alternative button to make things come in a little faster. Looks like everyone's kind of figured that out. Looks like everyone has moved on almost to stage 3. Everyone on stage 3 now. Keeping the cookies coming. Yoshi needs those cookies. Remember, Yoshi is some form of dinosaur.
Some form.
There are different colors of Yoshis. It's very confusing to me. We have stage 4 for everyone. Everyone making it look easy. Absolutely no problems. Once we add in that different cookie type, I think things may change, however. More cookie types added, and down to the donut, really, is when things get very difficult.
What kind of cookies do you think those are exactly?
The heart-shaped cookies are Valentine's cookies, sugar cookies with a red frosting. The ones down are a pressed orange-infused cookie with an apricot dollop. The third ones down are actually a take on a key lime pie, where they have done a lattice type with holes throughout the cookie. So the dollop of the tangy key lime seeps in a little bit, but not so much that it goes to the bottom, because on the bottom, here's the trick that really makes it special. They have put like a light coating of cream cheese frosting type that quickly dries. And then when you go down, that's a traditional, what they call a black and tan cookie. It has chocolate mixed with actually a little bit of a crumbled graham cracker cookie. And then they let that kind of stand on its own, which I find interesting. And the donut cookie is a donut that was at least 1 day old behind Dunkin' Donuts in a dumpster that they just threw on the menu because they didn't think anyone would buy it, but they did promise that they would put 5 cookies on the menu. So they're fulfilling that promise, but not in a good faith way.
Okay, all right. Well, gotta say, very impressed.
Stage 8 coming in for 2 of our competitors, the twins, Toph and Gur. Stage 8 coming in also for, looks like Ace. This game is impossibly confusing, but sorry, setting up some larger combos here, which I like, because the large combos are a quick way to clear everything, because if you can get it going, you would be amazed at how quickly it can all clear out. The smaller the portions you have, the easier it is to quickly set up a clear. Speed is definitely a factor in these type of situations.
It definitely can be. It definitely can be. And it does seem as though there is just all kinds of chaos coming at these competitors all at once.
Indeed there is. Topher's got it stacked up pretty high. So does Gur, but he has done a large clear on stage 9. Very close to completing and getting on out of here. If he allows those pieces to fall there just in time, he is out of the stage onto stage 10. I'm not sure when the rounds kick over, but we're gonna find out if they continue on this pace. Sorry, moving on to stage 8, stage 9 for Ace. Topher getting his bearings on stage 8 right now. You have a storyline happening for Gur. Looks like a cookie has become sentient and escaped the bakery. Knowing its fate, it does not want to be eaten. Mario, quick to get after it. It will be devoured by him or Yoshi, or both. If he eats it and then
Front and
Yoshi
back at the
eats...
same time.
Oh, I was going to say that if he eats it and then Yoshi eats him, it's like a turducken, but with a cookie and Mario inside of a Yoshi.
Always interesting to hear about turduckens.
You're right, you are. Nothing in the world of turducken makes sense to me, and at this point I'm too afraid to ask. Reaching the...
Bro, this cutscene is like 9 months long!
We are playing on the US version. The Japanese version does have slightly longer cutscenes.
That's mostly due to the need for subtitles.
Right, you are. The water level coming in for 2 of our competitors, traditionally the water level always being the absolute worst goddamn level on every game. Remind our competitors that you can move a piece horizontally or vertically to get it in position to move it down.
I don't want to talk about how long it took me to figure out how to do that. I can move vertically. Yeah, that was.
So if you move, if you have one piece that's an orphan but a full line, you can move it up and then over, or right and then down, and thus complete your line. Keep in mind you can continue. Continue will pick you up right from where you left off. You can just keep on trucking.
Dude, skip this scene. Come on.
Over in the
can't.
cursed cutscene.
Oh, there is no skipping.
Yeah, you're fucked with that forever.
You have to learn about it. You have to learn about it. Topher, did you hit refresh?
I hit one of my keys and enter, and I think that reset it.
It did! Oh shit. Well, you can play on high if you want for your... Oh, no, here you go. Round. Go to your round 2. That's where you were. Perfect. Okay, good time for that accident to happen. Welcome to the water level.
Don't hit enter and something else.
A good tip. A very good tip. Excellent. Excellent. Tori, moving on to the unskippable shit cutscene. Oh no, I'm sorry, she has one more level before her world is ruined. Black and Tan Cookie making its first appearance for Ace and Gur, complicating things greatly. Gur burning through 2-7 at this point. He does not want a repeat of getting second place.
It is getting quite intense. I'd just like to reiterate how enjoyable Black and Tan cookies are. They are quite delicious.
Yes, indeed. Also, if you put enough of them together, you could play a game of checkers and or chess. Stage 8 coming in for Gur. He is the runaway leader right now. Everyone on the water level, though, so all things being equal, this is anyone's game. Just over 10 minutes remaining. Who wants to eat those cookies better than anyone else? Big clear coming out from Gur, but he has a heart and one of the black and tans kind of holding up his progress, in fact. He is planning ahead to clear these out, and I am very impressed with that move he just did. Not sure if you caught it, but
full stage clear. I mean, it was quite impressive.
after this, I'm pretty sure he's going to get a phone call from the president telling him what a great job he did. Oh my goodness, he's got it down. He's only got the one orphaned cookie, but he's unfortunately going to pick up a whole bunch of stragglers here. Q9, I hope that the cutscene is 5 minutes long on the next round. That's all we can hope for. Something just absolutely infuriating is what I would hope for at this point.
The battle continues, and for those of us out there who are still just watching and impressed with everything that's going on here, and may not be 100% certain about all the moves that are being made, let me go ahead and remind you, no one knows. Enjoy.
You are correct. The crowd, in fact, does go mild as we have 8 minutes remaining for Yoshi's Cookie. Got a Yoshi head for Topher. He can use that as a wild card wherever he would like. Let's see what he does with it. Oh, actually, patience pays off as the clear close to coming in for that line. There it goes. And a huge clear from Topher, taking him to 2-5. Works already hot on his heels. Looks like there's a little bit of trouble coming in for Gur on 2-9. Ace has also caught up with him on 2-9. And it's very hard. The last 4 that you end up with are sometimes incredibly difficult to clear out of the way. You may indeed have to just set them up in a certain way to ensure that... Oh, nope,
Clear
there
2-9.
we go. So, clear 2-9 for Ace, clear 2-9 for Gur. They are on 2-10. Again, hoping that the cutscene is 8 years long. 6.5 minutes remaining as we go into 2-5 cleared to 2-6 for Rixari. 2-5 cleared to 2-6 for Topher. Not a lot of time separates these folks at this point. Gigantic clear coming out from Gur as he was actually on the verge of losing that, but now he has cleared it, and it looks like he's going into another dreaded cutscene. What cookie will escape today? My god, is it the same cutscene? That would be the laziest thing ever, and it looks like it might be. What an absolute disappointment. Oh, no, he's rolling with the cookie now.
Rolling with the cookie now. It's gonna get away, but no, he stops it.
The cookie tried to escape, but Mario would not be denied. 2-7 for our competitors. Ace failing at 210, leaving him currently in second place still as he continues on. 5 minutes remaining. Round 3, stage 1 for Gurr. He is sitting on an incredibly high stack, which could cause a problem for him, but he does pull off an excellent clear to get the ball rolling towards victory. 2-8 for Rixari as she quickly makes a comeback, trying to get as many points as possible. She is our current points leader, but that's no reason to take your foot off the gas. Three, 2 for Gurr. Rixari looking for a big clear here. Unfortunately, 2-8 causes a bit of a hiccup, but you can always continue. We've got 4 minutes left. We have our friend here, Topher, on 2-8 as well, making his way downtown. Cutscene for Ace. Be careful, we're going into the cookie rodeo. A very strong cookie with a lot of centrifugal force. A heartbreaker on Gurr's screen as he was very close to simply clearing everything. But the horizontal and verticals were off just a bit. And the nightmare continues as he is sitting on 2. Essentially at all times, just desperately needs this clear. But he's not going to get it. When this is over, we'll be playing, and we'll do a playing until you fail. We have 3 minutes left, so 2-9 coming in for Rixari, 2-9 coming in for Topher. They are moving into round 3 soon, hopefully, as well. Round 3 is where the really difficult portion of the game begins. Things begin to speed up. There are still 4 cookie types. A lot of apricot cookies for Rixari, but she has found a way to get most of them off of the board. And we are seeing some great play, switching from columns to some rows to get a little bit of extra clearance. 2-9 also looking very good for Topher here. 3-3 for Ace and 3-4 for Gurr. It will come down, I'm very certain, in this last minute and a half to the last life that people play out will be what we make our determination on. A ginormous clear coming out from Rixari. Once again, we have a bit of an apricot problem, but let's see if we can solve that bad boy. Three, 4 for Gurr with a minute left.
Also on 3-4.
3-4 for Ace with a minute left. .210 tie for both Topher and Rixari.
3-5.
3-5. 30 seconds remain. Keep in mind you can play your last life. Topher going into the cutscene for 3-1.
I'm not pressing anything this time.
Good call. I will let you know when you are on your final
3-6.
life. 3-6. Very quickly achieved. Time is up. Finish your life. Finish your life. So do not stop playing. It's a chance that someone can get farther or come back, which is what we love to see. A little bit of gamesman and gameswomanship. It does appear as if Rixari is going to get an excellent chance here to clear out. But, oh, the darn heart is being a real
3-8,
butthole.
3-7.
3-7 and 3-5, respectively. Rixari going into the cutscene of Doom, see if she can defeat that boss. Keep in mind, time is up. We are on borrowed time at this point.
Aren't we all?
Well, that's what my doctor says whenever they take my blood pressure. Everyone making it into round 3. Very impressive. Round of applause for everyone. Honestly, that was great work. Thank you so much for putting in the time and effort.
3-8.
3-8 for Gur. It starts with a full stack, though, which is very scary and dangerous. Who will be the first to fall in extra innings? Very dangerous situation for a couple of our competitors here. They are digging themselves out. Rixari with a humongous clear. 3-9 coming in for Gur. Will he make it to another cutscene? The story is unfolding in such a way I would love to know how it goes. No one wanting to be the last one eliminated. Everyone absolutely going for broke. Sorry, moving on to 3-3. Over on 3-4 right now. We're on 3-9, but he is dangerously close in his vertical column, and he is out. 3-9 will be his final stage. The board is wide open for our other competitors. It does look like Ace is on 3-6, but he's got a pretty high stack, so I'm not sure how he's going to fare. 3-3 for Rixari and 3-5 for Topher. As we said,
3-6.
3-6. That leaves currently Ace in second place.
Oh wait, are we allowed to continue or no?
Not any
No.
longer. Time is up. So
It's over, man. It's over.
where you finish is indeed where you have finished. We do have two competitors still going strong. 3-5 and, or I'm sorry, 3-6, Ace. I'm gonna say 3-6 is where he ended.
Yes, 3-6.
Okay, excellent. Topher's got a large stack here that he needs to clear out ASAP. Very scary. He is moving the key lime cookies in the proper way. He needs a horizontal clear, and he gets it with the hearts.
Woo!
Double vertical clears coming in for Rixari here. Oh, very strong clears. 3-4, looking great. We did not get to see the fabled dumpster donut, but that's probably for the best. If Topher can complete this and this level, he will tie for second place. If he were to complete another level after that, then he would be in second place by himself, pushing Ace into third. So this is something that I'm paying quite a lot of attention to at this point. Scrolling.
Maybe some might say an unhealthy amount of attention.
Nothing gets the blood pumping like a good Yoshi's Cookie competition.
Mm-hmm.
Speed becoming a little bit unmanageable. You can tell the pressure is really on for these competitors. You can keep your stack count low, though. You do have an opportunity to clear more easily. Both competitors on 3-5 at this point, keeping their stacks as low as possible. In fact, Rexari down to just 2. Unfortunately, a keyline piece looking to foil her plans. She does have a Yoshi coming in, though. Yoshi getting it down for her, making sure that things are still in working order. But we do need to see it clear for those hearts, and hearts can be a little bit of a problem at times. The speed also really ramping itself up here. A big clear, putting things into a much more manageable state. 3-6 for Topher, making him tied for second. He still needs to clear out what's left. Rexari once again down to just the 2-stacker, and it will auto-clear when these fall. She is now tied for second as well.
This is getting intense.
I told you, a good Yoshi's Cookie playoff is what you need to get the blood pumping. High pressure situation coming in here. Need to see some rather large clears to get this into a more manageable state. That is exactly what we're seeing coming out from the side of Rexari. Keeping the stacks manageable and putting the pieces right next to each other where they need to go. 3-7 for Toph. He is doing some clears, but it is looking a little bit rough, I'm not gonna lie. Struggle is there. Sorry, down to 2 pieces, but unfortunately we've got some coming in. We do have 2 Yoshis. Unfortunately, they only clear themselves at this point. Down to 2 pieces once more, but we're quickly stacking up a couple. We have a Yoshi on deck. Yoshi coming in clutch, clearing some hearts out for her.
Indeed, indeed. And another one coming in now.
Right, you are. Will she even need... Oh, she will, in fact, need it. That straggler apricot is really being a spoil sport.
Apricot's always the problem.
But here we go, and she is now in 3rd place, pushing Ace into 4th. Stage 8 for Mr. Toferigno. If he can clear stage... He has cleared stage 8 and is now tied for 1st place. traditionally, Toferigno has been our come from behind champion in weeks past, so never count out the young blood. Excellent clears coming in on both sides. I hate to see when sometimes your pieces get stacked up in such a way that they're in a square. In most other games, the square would be beneficial. In this, not so much.
No, apparently not.
Big clears coming in, but we're more in maintenance mode. We need to get into clearing mode here because we are having quite an issue over there on the side. And Topher goes down. He is currently tied for first place with Walker. A valiant effort getting those points that he needed.
Damn you all!
Guess we'll never know what that story is.
Just competitiveness between us.
Indeed. Torian currently holding strong in third place. So we had a tie for first. That does eliminate the second place position, as is tradition. Very dangerous situation coming in here, but she is managing to keep things moving along nicely. Incredibly dangerous situation coming in. She is finished in on 3-7, making her our third place finisher. Still very respectable. You can always say that you beat Ace, which is what we're all here for anyway. Topher and Walker splitting that first place, with Tori getting 3 for her valiant effort, and Tim coming out in the rear with 2. Making our current score, Walker at 9. Tori at 8, Topher at 7, and Tim at 5. Anyone's game going into our last contest. I know we've done progress a lot, and Grayson earlier mentioned that we rarely do high scores, but this time we're playing an arcade game, so it will be a high score game. Personally, one of my absolute favorite games play. I used to run this on MAME myself back in the day, losing many an hour. Let me find the proper version here. Please stand by.
This evening festivities, the games, the game type, the genre, if you will, was chosen by last week's winner, Ace. We've done a return to quiz games, the puzzle games, if you will, and it has been quite intense to watch these competitors really go at it. These puzzle games are very demanding. They're very intense at times, and I'd like to take this opportunity to thank them all for putting in the effort.
You are correct, very much so. And here will be our last game. A little bit of a twist. Puzzle Bobble.
It's a twist.
Puzzle Bobble, being an arcade game, does allow you to continue, but it will reset your score, so I don't necessarily recommend that. I'm not sure what the strategy for it will be, But as it is an arcade, it does keep track of your high scores, which makes things a lot easier overall for tracking purposes. In Puzzle Bobble, you play Bub and Bob, launching bubbles upwards to connect at least 3 bubbles in any fashion to clear them. Gravity is a factor in Puzzle Bobble, meaning that if a errant bubble is hanging off the bottom of some others and you clear the ones above it, it will fall if it has no attachment. You want one-player game? It is in Japanese, I understand that. There is only one button. Notice that you do have an arrow showing you how to do shots. You can also do bank shots. And remember, you can always attach a bubble to the underside of something else to clear it on out.
For those of you watching now and seeing 2 familiar faces, I would like to take this opportunity to remind you all that Puzzle Bobble is a game that was originally based off of a previously existing game from 1986 called Bubble Bobble.
Bubble Bobble, a true NES classic.
Ooh, indeed, indeed. Maybe one day we'll see it on this platform we have here, but let's be honest, that one's a bit of a challenging game.
Oh, indeed. Remember that you can hit the select button to put quarters in. And let's go ahead and head back to that main screen where the green dinosaur is blinking, and you're selecting if you want to play 1 or 2 player. Go ahead and just restart real quick, and we'll get back to it. Sorry, it is a little bit of a time thing because it is an arcade game. Let's throw a reboot real quick.
For those of you that are seeing this game and having, wondering what kind of game it reminds you of, there are many games like this one utilizing the angles to try.
Please go ahead and, I'm sorry, restart,
Go
try
right
and go
ahead.
through real quick. It's very hard to sync up. So get into that dinosaur if you can. If you put a token in, it'll let you go faster. Okay, go, 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 go. You're all there. Go, go, go. 20 minutes on the clock. High score. High score. Please continue, Al. Sorry.
No, not at all. I just wanted to go ahead and help you out there, make sure that I help to entertain the person watching. But for those of you that might be remembering games like this from the past, Pop Caps game had a game that was quite popular called Peggle. Peggle.
Just
Just
like
like
Friday night.
International Women's Day. We've all been there.
My game just crashed. Be careful.
Oh no! Tim's tiny ass invisible game crashed. What a tragedy that is. Utilization of bank shots is going to be very important for progress. 76,000 points, currently our leader. Very close to being able to clear out some of these. Things can get out of control very quickly in a Puzzle Bobble game, because if you are shooting a ball and it kind of gets hung up, that is almost a death sentence because you cannot shoot past it anymore. If Tori can shoot that one over, that was bullshit. $78,000, still our current champion. Please continue to try and beat things up. Remember, as continuing does reset your score. So if you do want to start over, you can do that always. I don't know if that's beneficial. Do not take my words as truth. I know nothing. Missing a shot in Puzzle Bobble is quite a heartbreaker, as you think you're going to thread the needle, but then all of a sudden those bubbles just love to stick together.
Yeah. You do have to take the approach, the military approach of slow is smooth, smooth is fast. You do want to take your time with it, because quite frankly, I'm watching quite a few of our competitors try to take quick shots and end up hurting themselves in the long run.
Right you are. It is very often that these rushing strategies work as we're trying to get farther, but right now we are doing a high score competition. It's more important sometimes to take your time, get as many points as possible. There is a way to set up large combos in this game, but I'm keeping that information secret until the 10-minute mark. I will tell you, I have yet to see anyone doing it. 108k for Walker, currently our leader. I have a sneaking suspicion he may have played a little bit of Puzzle Bobble in the past, or a similar game.
I would like to go ahead and point out that our researchers in the back have actually corrected me. It was not Peggle that was like this. While it was a PopCaps game, it actually was Bejeweled that was much like this. No, not that one.
No,
either.
not Bejeweled either. I think perhaps the senility of our age may be getting to you.
I don't really remember, and I'll be honest with you, it's not really that important.
At least you didn't say Plants vs. Zombies.
Is that a game?
It is.
Where am I?
You're in the studio. Don't go towards the light. Over with a very large clear. Very large points as well. Looks like Gur may have hit the wall for his bubbles of puzzles. But he does a huge clear. That is the combo, by the way, is since you are clearing as quickly as possible for the purposes of score, as how much time remaining is how much score you get, or rather how quickly you complete. The best way to manage your bubbles is if you have a clear shot to remove something, but a bubble of a color that you don't have comes up, if you can attach it to the underside, where it's only hanging by the bubble that you know you can quickly clear, then it will clear all of them when it drops. So that way you don't have to lock yourself into needing 3 of one color off to the side, because it won't be necessary. If you look, Gur right now is all he has to do is attach. There you go, perfect. Making sure that he gets those big clears for that speed, but a little bit too fast and overzealous. Catches, he shoots the red off to the side, thus ensuring now he has to clear multiples. But he does orphan the blue, making sure he gets through very quickly. 298,000 points for him. He is very far out in the lead. I may have to dock him points for obviously knowing how to play the game. Oh, Topher with a amazing needle thread shot. And another. This is what you love to see from your competitors. rapidly approaching 300k is Gur here.
$155,000 for Topher.
He is not going down without a fight, most certainly. An excellent shot by Gur, getting that green into a place where it wouldn't normally fit. That way he can clear out the reds that he attached to it.
All right, phrasing. So yeah, quite impressive. Quite impressive indeed.
12 minutes remaining on the clock. Gur looking to break the 300,000 point barrier, but it is playing very tight and close to the chest at this point. He needs to get some purples. He does get some purples cleared out. Now all he needs to do is land this green shot. He does. No bonus. Took too long to clear that level, but that is okay when you're this far out in the lead. I would be curious to see if someone starts over from the beginning instead of continuing and tries to do a speedrun clear of those earlier levels. What kind of point totals we would see. Maybe that's a strategy we could implement and see what happens. Ooh, a heartbreaker disconnect, and down goes at 299. 299. Could not hit the perfect 300. After his points deduction for knowing how to play the game, his score is 299, because that would be very rude due to someone. Seeing some speedrun strats coming in. See how much bonuses you get for that early level. 42,000. I think that may be the play, is restarting from the beginning, clearing early levels as quickly as possible. It seems to be what got Gur to his incredibly high score so early the first time. But he is also free to implement the strategy and is using it to great effect. When you put a high score challenge in, it does quite change the nature of the game and how you want to play it. You have to play a little bit faster, a little bit looser. And nothing is demonstrating that more than Gur here, who says, no, I will not get second place another week.
Rexari does definitely seem to be taking taking her challenge in an interesting direction. She just got a huge clear, which is definitely going to be incredibly helpful to her. She's moving her way through, clearing more and more. Let's see where she goes from.
Indeed, it is a very dangerous situation, very close to the bottom, but a little bit of breathing room injected with that clear on that color green there. Currently, 7.5 minutes left with Gur playing as well as he is right now. I don't know if there'll be a need for a playoff. However, I do have one prepared specifically for today. Go for an incredibly dangerous situation. No, with 2 bubbles left, he goes down. So I should just
That was a
starting
heartbreaker.
from the beginning and power clearing as quickly as possible. Sorry, with a quick start over, 33,000 quick points on the board. I think we have determined that speed is the proper way to get this done at this point.
Although I would remind the competitors that the point is to speed through the rounds, not necessarily the individual shots. You do want to make sure that you're precise and that you've aimed well.
You are correct. Nothing more dangerous than stacking up a whole bunch of your bubbles in a bad position. So currently 299, holding far and above the high score with 5 minutes remaining. I am not sure if anyone's going to get even remotely close to that. I have some hope that people are unlocking some strategies for the game, but it is looking more and more dire by the moment. I would love to see some huge clears coming out from our folks. 51 seconds. We've got to shoot those bubbles faster than that, folks. I want to see some 30-second levels, some real out there gangster shit, if I'm being honest. Four minutes remaining. I think what it's going to take to win at this point is some very fast play. Some precise shots as well.
To be honest with you, at this point, I'd just be impressed if anyone was able to make a real go at even displaying a challenge. Because quite frankly, the score put up previously was quite impressive.
It was, and I am in fact unsure how he did such an amazing job, but I commend him for doing so. 50,000 points on the board from the second round. He's almost broke 100,000 by round 3. He is really abusing that speed element we had talked about. And it's a real heartbreaker. I had a hell of a finisher that involved a Tiebreaker involving spelling. But we will live to fight another day on that one if we don't need it. Let's check in here. Everyone hovering around 100,000 points. Ace at 67,000. 2 minutes remain. When time's out, we'll allow people to finish their current life. Looking for some big clears on these last lives. Ace with a fresh restart, a good way to kick things off for him. See if he can speed clear out. Not looking great for him. "45 seconds remaining. If anyone had planned on doing a manual restart, this would be the time." "30 seconds remaining. "20 seconds remaining.
Closer and closer.
Alright, if someone wants to start, this will be the time for their last life. Alright, and we are locked in. 299k are the score to beat. Unsure how anyone could possibly defeat it at this point, but I have been surprised in the past, and with Walker our current points leader, that would mean he would win. I have not yet awarded the bonus points. Much like Mario Party, we all decided that there should be a bonus point system, and I will be awarding those near the end, so still technically anyone's game. Currently, Topher in second place with Rixari, and I believe third, unless Aces beat 88,000, which I'm not sure he has. $88,000 locking in for Rixari. We still have Toferigno playing along with Ace. Their souls as dark as darkness could be.
Just the way we like them.
And we are looking at a real barn burner here. Technically, since you can play forever if you don't fail, it is possible to eventually beat the score even if you are going slower, but we may be here all night should that be the case.
Indeed.
And Topher is on a very dangerous down spiral here for Bubbles. Unsure if he's going to be able to clear all of these before time. And down goes Topher. He's currently resting comfortably in second place. 98,000 points.
My one game was 188,000.
Oh, that's true, your very first game. I apologize. You are still in second, though, by a mile. Anyone scores incorrect, please feel free to correct me. And down goes our last competitor, bringing an end to our most brutal of games, Puzzle Bobble. Let's go ahead and add up the scores and see where we're at. Walker scoring 5 points for being first there. Topher getting 4 for being second. Rixari with a respectable 3 and Tim with a 2. Then, of course, we have to award bonus points for youngest player. Gets 1 point for participating. As anyone playing on keyboard gets 2 points for difficulty.
I played on keyboard this whole time.
Anyone named Walker loses 2 points. That brings our winner with 14 total points. Although everyone played phenomenally on every game. I love how some of these games were very challenging, watching you figure them out. Walker, Mr. Gurr himself, is our champion.
Woo, woo.
Woo! I am very, very proud of everyone. Thank you so much for competing in the Retro Gaming Challenge. As always, your prize is waiting for you next time you stop by. And then we will close out our giant blowout. I did decide not to do seasonal points because it was a little bit hard to keep track of. So we will have a big final special event blowout next week for the large Crown King Fallout guy. Don't miss it, and it could be yours. Winning it does give you the opportunity to lord over everyone else and look down upon them as you are the true one champion. Signing off from the Finnick Foxes podcast and Morton Salt Company, a great company who would never sue anyone that said anything about them because they're the best. Goodbye, everybody.
Good night.